Greetings everyone. Welcome to the New Ulm Forum. My name is Ruth Ann Webster. I'm currently serving as the president of the League of Women Voters here in New Ulm. And today I'm visiting with Ashley Aukes. And our topic is Bridging Brown County, which is a small nonprofit with a big mission. So Ashley, why don't you start us out by telling us what is Bridging Brown County?
So Bridging Brown County, our ultimate goal is to connect the communities within the county. That's a lofty goal, but that's our ultimate mission is what we want to do. It is really enhancing communications throughout the county with all of our cities and townships that are within it and our citizens as well.
Can you give us a little history of Bridging Brown County? When was it formed? Who was the pushing force behind this project?
Certainly. So Bridging Brown County formed back in 1999. And it was a lot of local residents who came together. Katie Rasmussen's a common name, that she was one of the founders that really helped step up forward. And it really stemmed from needing to make sure that people in New Ulm and Springfield and Sleepy Eye and Comfrey were all connected on the same thing of what was going on in the county. There was the tornado that passed through Comfrey, and there was a lot of misinformation that was kind of going on between the cities. And this was an opportunity to really come together and say, okay, let's get representatives from these communities together to talk about what's going on, dispel any rumors, and get onto the same page. And from that, this group formed where they thought, let's do this regularly. And then that stemmed and grew to then we started a leadership program. And then that stemmed and grew. We became a formal nonprofit that had this leadership program. Then they hired on a director, and a couple directors later, we have me.
Thank you. Well, yes, when you think about it, Brown County is really spread out over a number of different jurisdictions, correct?
Yes.
And can you tell me how is the nonprofit Bridging Brown County, how is it funded? Where does it get money to do projects and pay a director?
Yep. So we get our funding. We have a little bit that comes to us from the county. We have some that comes to us from the cities, and then the rest is all done through fundraising. And we have an annual dinner that we host every year, which we can talk more about later, but that's where we get the majority of our donations. And then for our leadership program that we do, that is you pay to participate. We don't mark that up very much, though, to make a profit, because we are a nonprofit. So really it's a lot of fundraising and then county and city dollars.
Okay. So we'll get to the leadership program in just a minute, but can you tell me how is the organization governed? Who is in charge of the governance of the group?
So we have a board of directors, and they govern our nonprofit. Our region we split up into 3 different categories, and then there's 4 representatives from each of those categories. So that way we make sure we have representation through the whole county. We don't want to have a bunch of our boards just from one area. We want to make sure that every region throughout the county is represented on our board. And our board is made up of people from all walks of life. We've got a bunch of different backgrounds, from banks to city government to chambers to just interested citizens or retirees that are on the board. So we have a very diverse makeup of our board members.
And how often does the board meet?
We meet monthly.
Okay, all right. Good. Now you talked about your largest program being a leadership program. Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, so Bridging Brown County's leadership program is very unique, and we were actually the first ones to start a leadership program of this kind in partnership with the University of Minnesota Extension. And so how it runs is it's a program that runs from September to May, so it's 9 months long. The first half of your day, it's 1 day each of those months. The first half of your day, you receive an extensive leadership training provided by the University of Minnesota Extension. And those topics range anywhere from crucial conversations to ethics to just learning more about yourself and your strengths. And then the second half of the day, we spend going out and touring different cities and businesses in our county. And so it's really a diverse day. It's a fun day. And we have participants who go through and say, I've lived here in this county my whole life and never knew that this was here. I've lived in the city and didn't know that this was here. Even though they've been there their whole life, they always learn something new.
I see that you've brought a little brochure. Why don't you hold that up so our skilled camera people can get a picture of that. And where would a person find these brochures?
So you can find the brochures in our office in Sleepy Eye. Otherwise, our chamber offices throughout the county all have copies of these brochures as well. And really, to learn the most about the program, I would recommend going onto our website, which is bridgingbrowncounty.org.
Well, that's easy, bridgingbrowncounty.org. Good. How would you compare the leadership program that you put on with Bridging Brown County with the New Ulm Chambers Network New Ulm?
That's a great question, and one that we get very often. So our program is similar in that we both offer networking. However, we are different in that in our program, we have that extensive leadership training in the first half of the day. And then as well as Network New Ulm is just New Ulm, and we're the whole county. So there is people who go through both programs, and it is definitely valuable to go through both programs.
And what type of person would you specifically urge to apply?
I would say anyone really in the county, but you don't have to be in a leadership role to want to go through the program. You don't have to be employed by an employer to go through the program. Right now we have a retired postal worker in our program. So really anyone is encouraged and to apply and go through. It is an application process. So please do go to the website and fill out an application. And the applications will begin being accepted here in February.
Okay, good. And the application is online?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Now, you mentioned an annual dinner. So let's follow up on that before I forget it, okay?
Sure, certainly. So every year we hold our annual dinner. This year it'll be in October, the last Thursday in October.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
So that'll be here before we know it, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
So October 24th.
I'm sure.
And for that day, it's a networking dinner. It's a great opportunity to come out and network with your other peers within the county. We serve a wonderful meal. We have a silent auction and then a live auction. The live auction is really the best entertainment. It is a lot of fun.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Speaking of fun, I want to just shift a little bit and talk a little bit about you. It seems like you're enjoying this particular role, but what is your past work experience? What's your training? That sort of thing.
Sure. So yeah, as I mentioned, I'm new to Bridging Brown County. Our former director, Clarice Plates, was with Bridging Brown County for 10 years. She did a wonderful job. So I'm following in her footsteps. I'm not new to the county, however. I've lived in New Ulm for about 6 years now. Formal employment, my face usually gets recognized I was with Region 9 Development Commission as a communications specialist. But since then, I now am in this role. I have my own business in town as well that I do. We stay pretty busy.
What's your educational background?
So I have an associate's degree in business, and then I am also a certified public communicator, and I am, at this time, I'm one of only 2 of those that are in the state of Minnesota at this time.
Okay, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell us just a little bit about your family.
Yeah, so my husband lives here in New Ulm as well, and he owns Tech Unlimited on Broadway, and then we have 4 children. Two are in school, and 2 of the youngest ones are in, too young for school and in daycare.
Okay. Well, you're busy.
We stay very busy.
Yes. Good. Good. I want to talk a little bit more about something that's coming up rather quickly for Bridging Brown County. I've seen some advertising on this. You've got a program that is going to help people understand how to file for grants. Can you tell us about that?
On February 26th, we're doing something a little bit new for Bridging Brown County. We are having a grant forum, and that'll be held in Sleepy Eye at the Brown County REA. It'll be free for anyone to attend, but encouraging nonprofits specifically to attend. And what we are going to do is have some local grantors available. They're going to give a brief presentation about the things that they fund, how you can apply, and then kind of tips for applying for their different grants that they offer. So this will be a great opportunity to hear about some local sources. Right now we have confirmed that we'll be having a Brown County United Way, Brown County's statewide health improvement program. We will be having the Brown County REA's donation program. Operation Roundup will be there. Probably forgetting a couple more, but we also have others that we've asked to participate that we're still waiting on confirmation. So.
Because this is so important, let's go over again the date, place, and time for this program about grant opportunities.
So it'll be February 26th from 8:30 to noon at the Brown County REA of the Rural Electric Association in Sleepy Eye. And those details are also on our website as well, bridgingbrowncounty.org.
Okay, good. Good, that does sound interesting. And then in my notes here, you've got a nonprofit leadership group?
Yeah, so Bridging Brown County, in partnership with the chambers in the county, the United Way, Public Health. I apologize if I'm forgetting anyone else in the group, but we've come together to form a nonprofit leadership team.
Okay.
And we held an event in 2018 to invite nonprofits to really kick off this idea of we wanted to learn what resources could we help provide the nonprofits in the county to really help them be able to grow and enhance themselves and thrive. And from that kickoff meeting, we've determined that it would be beneficial to hold 2 more events, one coming up this spring and then one later in the fall, to really talk about. The first one will be around board governance and just running a nonprofit. And then the second one will talk about volunteerism in the fall.
Okay.
And so those, what's unique about them as well, what we really are having a county focus, and that we're going to hold those events, one in Springfield and one in New Ulm, the same day, same topic, back to back. So that way, if wherever you are in the county, you should be able to make it to one of those. And, yeah.
And information on this leadership group and how to get involved is on your website?
It's on our website.
All right, your website, great. Now, you're new at this job, and it sounds like you've got a lot of exciting things going on. Do you have any particular thing that you're focusing on as you take the place of another longtime employee?
Yes, so we are in a wonderful opportunity right now, having a leadership change, in that it gives me the opportunity to go and re-meet with all of our elected officials in the county, with the citizens in the county, to learn what are the needs of the county and what can we be focusing on. So that's my goal in 2019, has been having a lot of informational meetings to just listen and learn of what the needs are. So then we can start having more programming and workshops to really focus on those needs. So if it's workforce, if it's housing, if it's, we just need to get, one thing that's come out of a recent meeting is we have a lot of changeover in our city leadership going on, as well as the recent announcement of our county administrator retiring. So we're looking at this probably around June or so, holding a county congress of a meet and greet of all of these new elected officials and new city administrators, and hopefully the new county administrator, to come together and just sit and have a chat and get to know each other and really learn about the county together. And so it's things like that that we're trying to hold throughout the county, and really that's kind of our big message this year, is that we have this wonderful leadership program, but we also have a lot more to offer too.
Okay, good. Well, that sounds like a wonderful thing. League of Women Voters is always interested in good government, and it sounds like a lot of the things that you're doing focus on making government work, making things work for the people. So, is there anything else that we should be covering?
I think we've covered pretty much all
well,
of
good,
it. Yeah.
good. Everything on my notes is checked off too. Wonderful. So good. Let's just go over one more time. How can Bridging Brown County be reached?
Yes, so you can, the best way to get any information is on our website, bridgingbrowncounty.org. You can also send me an email, which is director@bridgingbrowncounty.org. Or you can give me a phone call at 507-240-0674. We do have a physical office in Sleepy Eye, but as I mentioned, with everything I have going on in my life, I work where my laptop is, so I'm not always physically in that office. So really, email or the phone or the website are the best ways to reach me.
Well, good. Thank you very much.
Right.
Ashley Aukes, Bridging Brown County. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Good evening.